Dana White vows UFC event in South Africa if Du Plessis triumphs over Adesanya, by Satori News. In a significant announcement from the Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC President Dana White, South Africa stands on the precipice of hosting its very first UFC event. This comes with the stipulation that the country's middleweight champion, Dricus du Plessis, successfully defends his title against Israel Adesanya at the upcoming UFC 305 in Perth, Australia. After securing the middleweight championship in a nail-biting match at UFC 297 against Strickland, Du Plessis emerged as South Africa's first UFC world champion. His hard-fought victory extended his formidable UFC record to 7-0 and his overall record to 21-2. With the eyes of the UFC world now firmly set upon him, the stakes for his upcoming defense against the Nigerian-born, New Zealand-trained Adesanya are higher than ever. The clash between Du Plessis and Adesanya is not just a battle for the belt, but a culmination of a heated rivalry that has grown increasingly bitter. Past verbal exchanges have added fuel to the fire, culminating in Adesanya's tongue-in-cheek demand for a DNA test to question Du Plessis' African roots after a confrontation at UFC 290. White is confident that despite the bad blood, which often leads to underwhelming fights, the clash between the two middleweight titans will live up to the hype. The anticipation surrounding UFC 305 is palpable, with Du Plessis' violent, relentless style expected to meet Adesanya's equally formidable legacy, including an impressive tenure in kickboxing. The outcome of this pivotal UFC 305 main event will reverberate throughout the middleweight division. A win for Du Plessis not only ushers in a new ruler of the middleweight roost, but makes good on White's vow to take the UFC to South Africa. Conversely, a victory for Adesanya would see him claim the middleweight title for the third time, reaffirming his dominance in the division. Having experienced an atypical loss to Strickland last September, the 35-year-old Adesanya is under immense pressure to prove his mettle and recapture the title that he previously held. Known for his ability to bounce back fiercely after setbacks, as seen with his knockout win over Alex Pereira at UFC 287, the MMA community is eager to witness how the last stylebender responds to the challenge presented by Du Plessis. The forthcoming fight is more than just a title bout. It's an intersection of personal vendettas, national pride, and an opportunity to write history. The eyes of the UFC, the sporting world, and an expectant South African crowd will turn to Perth on Sunday, where the fate of an athlete and his nation's place in the UFC legacy will be decided. Thank you for choosing Satori News.